amino acids game. What you're looking at right now, an educational game we built called Amino Acids. And I want to be clear, this isn't a quiz. This is a full game with levels, scoring, mechanics, and real science baked into every interaction. Amino acids are the building blocks of life. Every protein in your body, in your muscles, your enzymes, your cells, is made from chains of amino acids. There are 20 of them. And most people never learn them because the way they're taught is boring. Tables, flashcards, memorization. We said no to that. What if learning these 20 molecules was actually fun? What if you could play a game and by the end, you actually knew them? Here's how it works. Amino acids are falling through your world. Your job is to identify them, match them, build protein chains, get them right and the chain grows. Get them wrong and you feel it instantly. As you play through these levels, something magical happens. The shapes become familiar. And amino acids, group 1. The simple ones. Let's start with the 3 simplest amino acids. These are the foundation. Glycine. This is the smallest amino acid. It's just a hydrogen atom as a side chain. Because it's so small and flexible, glycine can fit anywhere in a protein structure. It's the hinge, the joint. Wherever a protein needs to bend or turn sharply, glycine is there. It's also one of the most abundant amino acids in your body, especially in collagen, the protein that holds your skin, bones, and connective tissue together. Without glycine, you'd fall apart, literally. Alanine, though. Step up in complexity. Instead of just hydrogen, it has a methyl group. 3 hydrogen atoms bonded to a carbon. Still small, still simple, but now it's hydrophobic. It hates water. So alanine buries itself inside proteins away from the amino acids. Group 2, the hydrophobic pack. Now we're looking at 3 amino acids that are basically cousins. They all do the same job. They all hate water. They're hydrophobic, and they all live buried inside proteins where water can't reach them. Valine, medium-sized branched structure. The name comes from the branching, and it looks like a tree with multiple limbs coming off the trunk. Valine is hydrophobic, so it buries itself deep inside protein cores. It's especially important in muscle tissue. In fact, valine is one of the 3 branch chain amino acids that athletes care about. When you work out, your muscles break down valine to fuel energy production. That's why bodybuilders supplement with BCAAs, branched chain amino acids. Leucine, bigger than valine, also branched, also hydrophobic, also buries itself inside proteins for stability. Leucine is actually the most abundant amino acid in human muscle protein. When your body breaks amino acids, group 3, the sulfur amino acids. Now we're looking at 2 amino acids that are special because they contain sulfur. Sulfur changes everything. Cysteine. This is the one that can bond to itself. Cysteine has a sulfur atom in its side chain. And here's the magic. 2 cysteine molecules can form a disulfide bond. A sulfur to sulfur link. This is permanent. This is a molecular lock. When you have 2 cysteines next to each other in a protein chain, they can link up and create what's called a disulfide bridge. This doesn't just stabilize the protein, it locks the protein's shape in place. If you unfold the protein, that disulfide bridge pulls it back into shape. Cysteine is also one of the few amino acids that can be modified after the protein is made. Your cells can add things to cysteine. It's flexible. It's reactive. It's the amino acid that lets proteins respond to their environment. Methionine. Here's group 5, the negatively charged amino acids. Group 5, the negatively charged. Now we're looking at 2 amino acids that carry a negative electrical charge. This changes how they interact with everything around them. Aspartate. This amino acid has a carboxyl group in its side chain. A carboxyl group is negatively charged at physiological pH, so aspartate carries a negative charge. It's hydrophilic. It loves water. So aspartate lives on the surface of proteins where it can interact with the aqueous environment. And because it's negatively charged, it attracts positively charged ions like sodium and calcium. Aspartate is crucial for nerve signaling. It's an excitatory neurotransmitter. When aspartate binds to receptors in your brain, it fires neurons. It drives action. Glutamate, similar to aspartate but slightly larger, also negatively charged, also hydrophilic, also lives on the surface. Amino acids, group 7, the polar uncharged. Now we're looking at 4 amino acids that are polar. They're like water, but they're uncharged. They're the mediators, the negotiators. Serine. This amino acid has a hydroxyl group in its side chain, an OH group. That hydroxyl makes it polar and hydrophilic. So serine lives on the surface of proteins where it interacts with water. Serine is special because that hydroxyl group is reactive. Your cells can phosphorylate serine, attach a phosphate group to it. That phosphorylation is how cells turn proteins on and off. Serine phosphorylation is one of the primary signaling mechanisms in your body. Serine is also involved in neurotransmitter synthesis and immune function. Threonine. Similar to serine, but with an extra methyl group making it slightly larger. Also has a hydroxyl group. Also polar. Also hydrophilic. Histidine shapeshifter. Histidine has an imidazole ring in its side chain. And here's what makes it special. Depending on the pH of its environment, histidine can be charged or uncharged. In acidic conditions, it picks up a proton and becomes positively charged. In basic conditions, it releases that proton and becomes neutral. It flips back and forth based on what's around it. This flexibility is why histidine is found in enzyme active sites. Enzymes are the catalysts of life. They speed up chemical reactions. And many enzymes need an amino acid that can change its charge state depending on what substrate it's working with. Histidine is that amino acid. Histidine is also involved in metal coordination. It can bind to metal ions like zinc and iron. That's why histidine is crucial in metalloproteins, proteins that contain metal atoms. Hemoglobin, which carries oxygen in your blood, uses histidine to coordinate iron. Histidine is also a precursor to histamine, the molecule involved in allergic reactions. So that's the amino acids game. Educational, interactive, real science, real gameplay, real rewards. If you want to learn biochemistry the way it should be taught, through play, through discovery, through actually building and understanding, go claude.gotha.us right now. Create an account. It's free. Jump into the game. Start with level 1. Work your way through all 22 levels. By the time you finish, you'll know amino acids better than most biology students. This is what happens when you combine real science with real game design. Education stops being something you endure and becomes something you actually want to do. You'll earn achievements. You'll build a knowledge rank. You'll get a real biochemistry certification that means something. And every bit of it connects to your Go There profile. Your amino acid mastery unlocks access to advanced tools. The material lab, custom shaders. If you understand molecules, you understand how light works. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being part of what we're building here at